Here we go. Let's stand up nice and tall. You can bring your feet slightly apart or a little bit more if you feel a bit wobbly. I want you to come really upright through your pelvis. So your pubic bone, your hip bones are level, straight down, not pubic bone disappearing, big bottom, you know, big arch, bottom poking out in my case. And then or the opposite of that, which I don't demonstrate very well, but sometimes we can be long in the pelvis and push forwards. I'm definitely that way. If I don't do Pilates, I'm going to be bum out like that. So make sure you're in the center, whatever your normal sort of direction is that you go into. Hopefully perfect. Are you perfect? Are you perfect with that? Not sure. Do you let your bottom slip out and your chest slip out, or do you let your hips fall forwards, or neither? Or do you do this? We shouldn't do that either, that one. So come into the middle, upright, even both sides. Feel that your lower tummy muscles are gently pulling in, just a little. You're probably doing it, if you've been doing Pilates for years, you're probably aware of that. Let go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Pull in gently, just low down. We've got this little pulling in. We're not leaning back or forwards. Our shoulders are open, our arms fall down our sides, and we tuck our chins in and lengthen up the back of the neck. That's it, good. Take one arm up. How far does it go before it feels sort of stuck? Bring it back down to the side. Take the other one up. See how far it goes. And back down again. Bring your hands to here. And we're not going to touch the chin like we do sometimes and take the head with us. We're going to touch our breastbone down the front with our thumbs, okay? I want you to rotate your spine and come back to center. Just as far as you're comfortable going, and as always, if you need to, you can allow your hips to move a little if it feels too much in your spine, just too tight, if it's pulling, if there's any discomfort. Otherwise, we've got the hips to the front, spine twist, breathe in, come back. Oh, now can we keep our heads to the front as we turn our bodies? Because we're touching our thumbs to our chest, the arms aren't trying to go further, they're just going as far as our body. Now turn your body and your head stays to the front. Turn your head the opposite way to your chest. That's it. And back to center. Body first, then let the head go. Opposite way. Oh, feel that twist and back. Now try not to lean into this, okay? Body first, head turn. So don't try and lean, just twist the head. Back to center. Body and then the head. Oh, and back. I want you to breathe out, breathe in, twist, and look, and breathe out, back to center. You can really feel expansion in the ribcage. Breathe in, and back, breathe out, and again, go again, rotate, head the other way, not shoulder up around your ears, okay? Back to center. Feel all that movement around the waist, around the thoracolumbar fascia, around the back here. It's all getting a movement. And again, breathe into the ribs. Do 2 more. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Makes our brains work, doesn't it? Yeah. And back, and then relax your hands. Well done. Let's just go into a little walk with the beat of the music. Get some blood flow going. Just nice, steady knees. Try not to knock inwards with your knees or out. Just steady, straight, upright. Good. Now make this into a little bounce. A little bounce, 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 bounce. It can be tiny, you know, it can be really tiny, or it can make it into a bigger movement if you're comfortable with that, but it's fast. That's it. Bounce, bounce, and stop. And relax. Take big circles again. Up and round. Oh, keep going like that. Those of you that were there on Saturday, are you feeling that? Give us a big wave if you're feeling it here. Is that just me? I need a mad wave because this blends in. Mad wave. Yes, Jill's feeling it. Good. We were doing lots of band pulls like this, and lots of band pulls across the chest and all this kind of thing. This, you can still feel it. There. Oh, that's stretch. It's good though. It's what Saturday mornings are for, by the way. Zoom from your house to mine, 10 o'clock, in your gym jams if you like, or your dog walking gear, or whatever. One more. That's it, fantastic. Can we bounce again? Just little tiny, tiny, tiny bounces. Just do it a couple of times. Just little bounces, or bigger ones, but they're quick, 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 quick. You can change your angles. This is more energetic. If you're not used to it, keep it smaller. Don't get too cardio in the body, you know, in the chest. If you're not used to it. And stop again. Fantastic. Now let's balance on one leg, which should be a little bit easier than it would have been if we hadn't done that. So one leg balance. Hips are level side to side upright. Let's circle around. Make your circle small or large, again, depending on how it feels and how able you are to balance. And stay upright through the pelvis. Back the other way. Lovely. One more. And then down. Let's change sides. Push away from the ground. Stay nice and tall. Circle around. And back the other way. Good. Brilliant. Change legs again. This time, we're going to do that stopping. So just start a swing where you bend. You swing back diagonally and bend and stop. So just get used to the movement at first. And it can be small, be down low, or higher up. And then start saying to yourself, stop, swing, stop. You can say it out loud if you like, stop. You could be at different timing to me. Breathe out. Breathe out. One more. And relax. Good. Whenever we're doing any exercises, if we're doing, say, 8 or 10, or just keep going, and you think, oh, I've had enough, please stop, won't you? You can stop, do the other leg, you can have a rest, whatever you like. Okay, here we go. Let's go up and back. So just start swinging, see how it feels. Bend your knee, the inside of your foot's coming up towards the top, like you're kicking the ball with the side of your foot. And then we stop. And then we stop. And we stop. Good. Got a sharp breath out. Use the wall if you need to. And one more. And stop. Well done. Great work for the inner thighs and the hips and the you know, everything dynamically working on mobility, fascia stretch, but also this ability, strength within our fascia and with our joints to stop, you know, positions, to stabilizing muscles, brain connections as well. It's all good stuff. Okay, let's go back into a squat. Sinking back, keeping the chest up, push up tall, lovely. Breathe in, breathe out, push up. Fabulous. So your knees are staying back on top of your feet, not coming forwards past your toes. And you only go as low as you feel comfortable with. Good. And we come all the way back up to that imaginary wall every time. And to that little tightening in the tummy. It's funny seeing 9 of you here, because I really had it in my head that there'd just be 3 today. I really did. Because I didn't want to book until that last minute. I shall have to encourage you to book earlier, so that I don't feel a little bit sad in the daytime. Your numbers went up as well. Last 2. Last one. Fantastic. Can you come up on the balls of your feet? Don't let those ankles roll outwards. So we're pushing the big toes down, pulling in with the inner thighs. Oh, wobbly. Glutes working. Everything steady. Come back down. Let's do that with a little bit of a turnout. You don't have to come right together, but you could. And then lift. And feel the squeeze of the thighs as they open and pull together. And back down. Lovely. And up. And down. Arms for balance. Lovely. Up. Ooh, and down. Let's draw the heels towards each other and the inner thighs working even harder. You don't have to be high off the ground. And then down. If it's uncomfortable in the hips, go less turned out. Okay? Up. Heels drawing in, maybe even touching, possibly. And down. One more time, up. Beautiful. Hold it steady. I'm not steady at all today. And down. Plie. And rise, that's it. Down. Great for the hip mobility. So we're upright, we're not going back like a squat. We're just bending, so we're not bottom back there, okay? Straight down, straight up. This line stays the same. Not that one. Okay. And down. And up. Even if you only go a little way, because you think, oh, it's tight, it makes me want to do that. Just go a little way. And then down. Slide down the pole behind you. Down the pole. And up the pole. She's on a pole. Down. And back up. One more. And up and lift. Heels pulling in towards each other. Raise the arms. Beautiful. A little, if you can, rotation. Ooh, back to center. Tricky. And the other way. I'm not looking at you. Back to center. Reach up. Oh, come down. Done. Done. Really good, really good. Now we're going to go wider, a little bit more kind of fascia balance. Do you remember what we did with the twisting? Yeah, we're going back to that. We're going to go side to side. The knee doesn't go past the toes. So if you've got more flexibility than this, go wider, staying upright. All right? Watch you got the wobbles and the slippery socks maybe, so be careful. Mine are a little bit slippery. Be careful if you've got socks that slip. You take them off or wear non-slip ones. Good idea. I've usually got non-slip ones in my bag, but they're in my bag, not on my feet, which is not a lot of good. There we go. Halfway through this class, we'll all be warm enough with these heaters, won't we, to take them off. Okay, so as we go to the knee, we're going to turn our chest away from the knee, but our head towards the knee. Oh yeah. Back to center as you pass go. Turn your chest away from the knee, turn your head towards your knee. Come back up, go the other way. Back up, go the other way. And come back up. Chest away from the knee, head towards the knee. The knee doesn't go past the toes. Get a little rhythm going. Oh yes. And now if you want to, sit back into it a little bit more. Take that knee wide, still rotating and turning the head. So now we're folding at the hips. Oh, I can see my knee now. Can you see your knee? Rotate over your shoulder, there's your knee. Popping out, maybe. There it is. A bit more inner thigh stretch. How's the coordination of this going? Are we twisting away from the knee? Oh, not towards the knee, not over there. Body away from the knee, but we look towards it. Body away from the knee, we look towards it. One more time. Away from the knee, and we look towards it. And then come back in. How was that? Are you warmer? Yeah, maybe? Think of all the spiraling lines of fascia within our body. So we're trying to, oh, and we're going to do one more this way. We're going to reach up and down. Reach up and down. Point your toe. Point your toe. Now tap behind if you want to, as you do this. Tap behind. Either on the ball of your foot and toes, you know, the inside of your toes, or the top of your toes. So I'm going to bend my foot. It depends on your balance and how your toes feel. That's it. So the top of my toes are going into the floor. So get stretch into the front of the shin and the foot, the ankle. Stretching. Brilliant. Now this time we're going to either just step backwards like that, or actually behind. So if I do it straight onto you, actually behind, if your hip allows, okay? If anyone had a hip replacement, you wouldn't be going over there, just step back a bit. If it's uncomfortable in your hip, then not too far back. If you're fine with it, you're crossing back like that, all right? So we get more stretch here. or just step back a little bit. Reach up and over. So basically you're going to get a bigger stretch, get your balance, and big stretch. Lengthen up, push the foot into the floor, grow taller, and stretch your fingers up and away. Well, that's nice. Press your hips away from the way your hand's going. Use this arm for balance if you like. And then come back up, change sides. So either just back slightly or behind the other foot. Reach up and stretch. That's good. Press the hip away that way. That's it. Good. Stretch your fingers more, so we're going up and away, really lengthening, like there's some work going on to push down, to push up, and release. Whoa, fantastic. Now we can get down. So we're going to do a few hitches first, forwards and back with straight legs, or bend your knees because it might be tight in the back of the legs. Pulling yourself back up again. Coming down, feel this tension in the back here in a good way. We've got this tension that keeps our extended spine. It's softer when you're stood up because it's its normal position. As you come forwards, you can feel tightening in all this area of your back where it's all the muscle and the fascia is all being worked. It's tensing up to support you. Now your arms can come down, but don't let this make you flop. So we're still tensing and extending the spine. Arms can come forwards, or one arm at a time, or neither, because they're making you heavier. All right, so watch you not like this. That's a nice stretch, but it's not what we got. What we want. We want extension, downward curve in the neck, reaching out. Okay, so the purposes of the exercise are different to the roll down. A couple more times. And our last one. And up, fantastic. Okay, let's get to the mat. Roll down if you're comfortable with it. So it's roll forwards and over, then walk forwards, then we roll back up. But if you'd rather not have that forward flexion, we could support ourselves and just add a curl up and down, then come to the floor, or leave it out completely, just bend your knees. We'll come to the floor, either onto the knees or walking on the hands and feet. We're going to do one press up, push away from the floor, that's really hard, or from the knees, do it there, or don't go so far forwards, do a smaller one there, then come back onto your feet, either roll up head last, or lift the chest and push up, all right? Or come up however you need to. Let's do it, deep breath in. Either sink back with the hips or roll the head down. Take a breath in and out to come to the floor or to walk forwards. Let's see if you're strong enough to lengthen out into a full plank. We'll hold that for a moment. Onto the knees as soon as you need to. Come into position for your press up. And breathe in, lower down, elbows stay close. Breathe out, push up. Can you do one more just so I can see it? Try not to drop your hips. So your body comes down because your arms bend. That's it. Then we go back up, hips to the ceiling if you're coming up on your hands and feet, and walk back through your triangle pose, or come back onto your feet carefully, however you wish to, okay? Come up gradually, consciously, through your roll or through your extension. Reach the ceiling, lovely, that's it. Release your hands down, do it again. Deep breath in, either roll or sink your hips back to come down. Brilliant, we're doing 4, okay, so 3 more. And you can do 1 or 2 press ups each time, or 5. See how you feel. Brilliant, that's it. Breathe in to come down and blow through that small space, through pursed lips. Come back. Shoulders open, brilliant, reach up. And back down. Come again when you're ready. Rolling. When you're walking on your hands and feet, or even knees, make sure you're not rocking all over the place. You're really steady. Yeah? Breathe in, come down when you're ready. Breathe out, come up, keep it slow. Shall we do it again? Breathe in, come down. Breathe out, push up. Oh, hips to the ceiling. So you don't have to do that, you could just walk back and then walk
into it. Bend your knees as much as you need to, if at all. Let the arms go, let the neck relax. Take a breath in, breathe out, roll up.
Is this the third one or the fourth one? Is it? You sure? Okay, last one. Let's come back down when you're ready. All the way up, head back to your imaginary wall. Deep breath in, breathe out to come back down again. Why not do 3 press-ups this time? No, see, no reason why not to. No one gave me an answer, gave me an answer, so there's no reason not to. So 3 nice press-ups at a level you can manage. And if you can't get down very low, let's do 2 more from the knees. You can stay down though. You can stay down. So it's really good to practice the high plank and the high press up. But if this is happening, yeah, like that, you'd be better off coming down and going lower and pushing back up and getting more work in the arms and the chest to get stronger for the future. Yeah, and then this, it gets really, really hard. If you're just sort of sinking your body, you want to try and do it all in one go. That's so hard. You used to be able to pump those out, can't anymore. Anyway, never mind. All right, let's kneel back and have a stretch. Let's stretch. Now, when we're in this position, and you can adapt it if you need to, I want you to take your hips back and then walk your fingers forwards and feel how your muscles are having to work, not just relax and stretch, but work to push your hips back and pull your hands forwards. Feel it going into the mid-back, across between the shoulder blades, under the armpits, down through your lats. Feel that work, maybe into the lower back. Relax and come back up again. Well done. So we're trying with some of our stretches, if we come sit down, to not just relax into it, but actually work into it. And that, I'm not very good at remembering all the facts, but the science behind it is that when you do a working stretch where you're really sort of pulling into the stretch, you're sending messages right to the brain. Whereas when we just relax into a stretch, it's just going to the spinal cord and back to your limb, wherever you are. So we want to get this brain work, which helps us to stretch and release and change the length of the muscles. It's more effective. So there's all different types of stretching, but one of them will be this working stretch where you're actually kind of like being like a cat or a dog, you know, when they do their big stretches and they get going. And they're not just sort of like floppy, are they? They're all kind of like ready to pounce at any moment. That's us, ready to pounce. Let's sit up. We're going to put one hand down, reach up in the air. Come over the top. Your other shoulder is always relaxed, okay? Come over, lengthen. Come up, go diagonally forwards. Take your hips forward, not just rounding your back, lengthen. Come up and reach up as high as you can go. And then relax. Let's go the other side, over the top. Relax the underneath shoulder. Stretch as far over, keeping your bottom down as you can. Lift up and then go diagonally forwards and stretch there. And up. And then up as high as you can go. Reach. And release. Now, can we take our legs out? This morning somebody said they thought this was harder than one leg out. It isn't meant to be, but we'll try it and see. Either on your hands, fingers pointing diagonally forwards, sideways or back, depending on what works for you, okay? And we're going to try and lift our body weight, even if it's just for a moment. So maybe you'll just do lifting and lowering, okay? Lifting and lowering, just a little bottom lift off the ground. If you can, feet a bit further away, and we go up and open the chest. Now you can change to fists, but you might want more padding. If you don't have arthritis in your fingers, you might be able, but your wrists are weaker, you might be able to do that. Okay? Or you might not want to do any of that. No? Okay. What about open the chest like that? Yeah? So you might not want to lift, but you open the chest and get the stretch down on the forearms and pull the shoulders back. So give that a go for anyone that doesn't want to be on those wrists. I can feel that stretch. Lift the chest. There, good. Okay, so if we're here, going up Open the chest. Some of you take one leg out and lift with a straight leg, bring your head back in line with your body. Breathe in, come down, change legs. Same thing again, lift, bring your head back in line with your body. So you're not dropping it off the back of a shelf, but you are holding it in line, back down. Some of you, both legs straight, lift up there. So feel the tension throughout your body, your buttocks are working, your glutes, and down. Some of you are gonna go up and then lift one leg up. Go for it. And then the other leg. Push that heel into the ground and down. And down again. 4 more, however you want to do it. Don't have to do them if it's too much. You can just stretch, you could just lean and open the chest like this. Come on the fists and just not even lift your bum. Just open your chest or down on your forearms. So if you're sitting, you could just do pull back. So you could just link your hands if you wanted to and do that, or hands here and squeeze back. Open that chest up though. Yes. Anyone lifting their legs? Oh, yes, at the back there. You can do a bent, one bent knee, one leg straight. Like. That's good. Last time. Oh, we look so graceful. Throw your hair back. Lovely. Right, well done, well done. Really good. So, do you think from doing that, you kind of gathered what I gathered, which is don't do this enough? Don't do this enough, because it's horrible. Don't go that way, no. So what we need to do is this sort of thing. So you find a door frame, which there isn't one to show you. Imagine that's a door frame, and you hold on to it, and then you, probably being careful with elbows, because mine would hyperextend, so just keep them slightly bent, walk away from it until you get the stretch. And there's your stretch on one arm at a time, but easier to get into. You might only get to there, you might get there, you might get back, but that's a really nice stretch. And then you can try it if you like, and then the other side. But with a door frame, it works well because you can hold on. Oh, that's extreme. So you don't have, you just go to the point where it starts to feel tight. And then we can get a bit better. You can have a go. Have a go if you want to now. Have a go. Go on, up again. Go. We might as well try it. There's a few trying it here. You can put your hand flat on the wall if you like, or you can keep your fingers out. Depends on your wrist again. So painful, exactly. So while we're kind of all warmed up, ready for it, so I put my hand shoulder height, walk away from it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pull, isn't it? Yeah, pecs, all through here, front of the shoulder and the pecs, yeah? Come away, do the other side if you haven't already. If you've got your hand against the wall flat, it's going to be a deeper stretch than if you grip something or if you have your fingers against the wall. So this is good to stretch the wrist, but if you find that too much, just fingers, fingertips on the wall. Yeah. And you don't have to twist your body too much, you turn your feet around. Away from the wall, good. And then release. And you can do it at different heights as well. Okay, let's come back down. So there's a way that we can build up that flexibility. Let's do some rollbacks. If you've got a ball, you might want it behind you. Rolling, abdominals strong and up. Those of you that are safe and comfortable to go further back, we could go halfway and up, or we might be able to go all the way down, roll with control, arms come back, that's all the out breath. In breath to start, coming out, out breath to continue. I can't talk and do that. Breathe in, breathe out, round the back, tailbone forwards, chin down. Thinking of the abdominals at the front, connecting, shortening, coming together, breathe in, out through the effort, reaching up. We're going to add in legs straightening out in front. They don't have to be dead straight. And then come forwards into spine stretch, forwards, forwards, forwards. Take a breath in there, breathe out, roll up. So we could roll straight back with straight legs, if you're comfortable with that, or bend the knees. You can still have your ball behind you. Take a breath in, breathe out, come up when you're ready. Breathe in again and out forwards. Deep breath in, feel it come across the back. Breathe out, roll up. Breathe in, tuck the pelvis under. Bend your knees if you need to. Breathe out, roll back. Breathe in to hold or to start to curl up from the floor. Breathe out, continue forward. Deep breath in, breathe out.
Deep breath in. And out, roll up. Tuck under, breathe in, and out to go back. Okay. Good, keep coming up tall, shoulders open in between each one. So last two. Try not to throw yourself up, come up slowly with control. Nice and slow. Lovely. Okay, so very last one. As soon as you're ready, you can lay down, but you can come slowly, come back up again slowly, and then do your last stretch. And then those of you finished, come and lay down on your back. So a final roll down, if you like. Good, well done. If you have a ball, let's pop it between our thighs, quite close down towards your body, okay, or high up your thighs even. And we want to do a rolled up towel or cushion, and you want to relax your arms, maybe palms upwards, shoulders nice and open. You've got the neutral position between the pubic bone and the hip bone, so a level there, and there's just a small space in the lower back. Lovely. Bring your feet in a little bit closer than normal, so that when we squeeze the ball, we feel lined up, okay? Little squeeze. If you haven't got a ball, you could squeeze your thighs or just bring them in and out. But a little tension in and release. And in and release. Nothing else moving, no pelvic tilts or anything. Just squeeze. If you've got a jumper, you could roll up and squeeze that would work to a point anyway. And squeeze and release. Knees going in. 4 more times. 3, 2. On the last one, hold it. Just hold. No other tension in your body. No other tension. There's a little bit around the core, but the shoulders are open, the face is relaxed, the jaw's relaxed, the teeth are not clenched, fingers relaxed, toes relaxed. You're breathing, and you let go. Well done, that was quite nice, wasn't it? Now to do the same thing with the pelvic tilt. So we tilt the pelvis, the pubic bone lifts and releases. So my bum is lifting, the pubic bone's coming up and releasing down. As you come up, you breathe out, squeeze the ball. Breathe in, release down. Breathe out, squeeze the ball. Breathe in, release down. Or squeeze your knees slightly towards each other as you pelvic tilt. It's really just a pelvic tilt, not a full shoulder bridge. So we're tilting and squeezing. Shortening your rectus abdominis down the front there by bringing your pubic bone up towards your ribs. And our ribs are going down towards the pelvis as well, so it's all kind of like crunching in together. And then hold the knees together, keep the tilt, hold it there, feet underneath the knees, squeeze, 2, 3, 4, release down. Fabulous. Okay, this time shoulder bridge. So we're going to go into tilt, up into bridge, rolling up, lifting the hips as high as you're comfortable taking them. At the top, little squeezes of the knees, in and in and in and in and in. That's it. 2 more. Last one. Roll down. The spine should feel it rolling down like a wheel. And then release so you get the little arch in the lower back. And again, tilt the pelvis. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come up. And then squeeze and breathe. So our ribs are softened down. Our pubic bone is higher than our ribs. 6, 7, 8, release and roll down. Going to do that one more time, please. Take a breath in, tilt the pelvis, breathe out, roll up, and hold up there. Pubic bone higher than the ribs, soften the top of the ribs down. When you're ready, start to squeeze. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, and squeeze. So we've got the ball between the thighs. If you've got one, little squeeze. Squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, squeeze. 4 more, this is the last time. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And roll your body back down from your bridge, all the way back down. Take the ball out, knees bent, let your knees go out wide. Let them go out, just as wide as you're comfortable with. How's that? Does that feel a relief? A little bit of a relief. If you had 2 balls, this would be really nice. You put one either side and let your legs sit on them. And then you can get them to the stretch put the ball wider if you want to go further, but you don't feel like they're just dangling, you've got some support. I quite like them dangling, but not everybody would like that. You could put your fists in, almost underneath you there. If you put your fists in, you can let your legs sit on your fists. That gives you a bit of support for the hips. But the ball's nice. Or do one at a time. If you do any inner thigh or pelvic floor work, it's always good to kind of end up like this, to relax and let go with those muscles. You're letting go with your inner thighs, also the pelvic floor is having a bit of a break, which is nice. Okay, let's come back in with the knees. Now, we've got the 100, I was going to say, to do. And we can either do it with our head down, so our arms are beating here, or tuck the chin in and curl forward, so you're looking down your body and beat there, okay? Let's go that way. Or one leg in tabletop position, or two. Make sure when you lift the second leg, you've got that back close to the mat, you feel strong enough, your head could be down. It's actually harder to maintain that position with your body, with your head down, than it is up. But obviously you've got to be comfortable in your neck and the joints in your spine. So if you're comfortable, the abs are working hard as well to help you. And we're beating and breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. Keep going if you can, a few more breaths. If you want to stretch one leg out on the out breath, do so to make it harder. Breathe in, bring it back again. Okay, so we're breathing out, and then you come in when you're ready. Or both legs could go out and stay out. Maybe the last breath. Try not to drop your feet. When you're finished, bring your knees back in, bring your head down, tuck your knees into your chest, hug them in. Just have a little rock and try and relax any muscles in your back, any tension. Fabulous. So should we go on to our side? I've got my ball again. So if you've got a ball, we're going to use it again. This time, between the ankles. Now if you drop it, you can forget about it, okay? Just ignore it. Unless you want a break and you can fiddle around finding the ball, putting it back in again, and then you get a break. So that's okay too. Lengthen the top leg away. You can do this without, it's absolutely fine without ball. And we lengthen both legs away from the floor. Lifting through the waist there. So we've got a feeling of length. Top leg lengthening. Feeling of lifting the waist. Good. Now we're either, if you've got your feet on the floor and you're not lifting off the floor, you can squeeze down with the top leg into the ball and release, and squeeze down with the top leg. So you get a bit of inner thigh work. But if you lift up and then you go up and you squeeze the lower leg up towards the other one and then down and squeeze up, that's going to be harder, okay? Squeeze up. So even though both legs are lifting, the top leg's kind of blocking the lower leg as you squeeze into the ball, and you'll feel it more on the inner thigh of the lower leg. Whereas if you go down, it's going to be more of the inner thigh of the top leg, but it's not as hard overall. It's easier on your back. If you wanted to get rid of it completely, you could bend your lower leg and just use your top leg lifting and lowering. All right? That's it. Good. You're lifting and squeezing. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Well done. All right. Good. That's it. Good. Right. Okay. Let's rest. Bring your knees in. Bend your knees in and curl up on your side for a moment. That's it. Knees are in. Good. Just for a sec. Now, before we do the other side, we're going to stay on this side for a moment. We can take the ball out, and this is really lovely. Make sure your spine is long, but you can have your knees further up if you like, all right? So you can have your feet in line with your hips like we do often, or you can bring your knees higher, but don't curl your spine up, okay? So nice long spine. Arms come forwards. I'll probably put that ball right in the way. Yeah, let's move that. And then we're going to go over into our arm openings. Oh, and there's the same muscles across the chest and back that we did when we put our hand on the wall. Oh. However, this is an even better stretch, I think, because you're getting the stretch through the arm, through the chest and the shoulder, right down through the waist, through the side of the hip and through the lower back. And this is a fantastic one for that thoracolumbar fascia. If you look at an anatomical picture of a human from the back, and you've got the red sort of looking muscles, the white bit, the big white bit of the lower back, which is the fascia there in 3 layers, diagonally across, side to side and running up and down. And we want to get into all of those layers. So I want you to, every time you bring your arm across now, change the time of day on the clock. So if that's 2:15 or 2:15 when you go out, we're going to go up a little bit higher, 5 minutes higher. If that makes sense. 5 minutes closer to 12 o'clock. And then again, another 5 minutes closer. Oh, or maybe 2 minutes closer. You're working your way up gradually to having your head go up past your ear. Not your head, your hand, your arm. So your diagonal line's getting higher and higher up. And eventually up near your ear. And then repeat that, and then we're going to work our way back down. Oh, so good. Nothing forced, nothing that feels too uncomfortable. It's just stretchy. It should feel quite good and quite stretchy. You don't have to go beyond that feeling of the very beginning of the stretch. One more time to get us back to that straight across position. And then when you come back in, again, curl your knees in. This time, support your head and curl right up as much as you feel comfortable with. That's it. You can hug the top knee in if you like. Close your eyes and let's just let go of all tension. Jaw, frown, fingers, toes, tummies, everything gone. Take a deep breath in. Feel the stretch inflate you around your rib cage. And right down into your belly with the breath, and then let it go. Emptying out fully, then breathe in right down to your belly. And let it go. One more time. And release. Let's unravel those legs and go over to the other side. You can just roll over. I'm going to turn around so I can see you. We've got our ball because we've got to do the hard stuff first. Okay, between the ankles if you're going to use it. You can leave it out if you like. Between the thighs is a little bit easier. You could maybe even have the lower leg bent and have the top leg straight and still do that if you wanted to, but I forgot to tell you that on the other side, so next time. So we're lengthening out. We could have the feet on the floor and squeeze down with the top leg, or we lift both legs away from the floor and lift up and squeeze the lower leg up towards the top one. We could have the head down on the arm on top of a rolled up towel there, or just hovering if you feel strong enough in the neck. That's it, good. Watch that when your legs come up, it's not too vigorous and your waist isn't collapsing as you go up. So nice and controlled, and the feeling that your pelvis and your spine are running in a straight line down the mat. Out breath on the lift, in breath on the lower. Squeezing into that ball, resisting with the top leg. Keep going. Nice that, isn't it? and only stroking the cat if you're still doing leg work. I'm sure if the cat came and sat on your ankles, it would be a lot harder. All right, you're right. Doing well with your leggings. We could be in the animal club, couldn't we? Along with Emma. We're in the animal club. The wild animals. Fabulous. I think here they might nearly be finished. What about at home? No? They said they'd like to do 10 more. Maybe just a couple. Are you ready? And relax, relax, relax. Fantastic, fantastic. Bend your knees. We're going to do that nice curl up then, all right? So this time we bent the knees in a little way forwards. So you don't have to have your feet right back level with your body this time. But I still want you to have a long spine. So it's not all bent up and curled up, okay? Your head might need to go on something if it doesn't want to reach, if your neck's a bit tight or your shoulders a bit big or big muscles. Okay, so we're going to go up, over, reaching out, but be cautious of how it feels. Don't push yourself too far too soon. And then return, breathing in, breathe out. Oh, don't you love it when you have a click? Has anybody else had a click? Oh, I just clicked. It's so good. It's like, oh, yeah, I needed it. In breath to return, out breath to reach. Okay, so we're going to start going up gradually again, a little bit higher on each one, towards having your arm near your ear. Trying, if you can, to keep the knees down and together, but if it's just too tight in your spine, it feels uncomfortable, let that top knee lift. A bit like when we were stood up and twisting. If you needed to move the hips because it was just too uncomfortable, it's fine. And we're nearly at the top, coming up right near the ear, stretching the fingers away. And we repeat that and work our way back down again. Last couple of times. And when you get to your very last one, hold it for a moment to stretch and then curl up again, and let's go back into our little breath work, relaxation. Take a moment. Even these few breaths can really help. So breathing through the nose, right down to the belly, right into the sides of the ribs, so we feel that depth of breath, and we let it go slowly. And again, breathe. And release slowly through the nose or through the mouth on the way out. But if you can, just work on just breathing through the nose only, and always breathing in through your nose, unless it's very blocked. And again, if you find yourself a little bit blocked because of a cold or hay fever or something like that, it's been found that breathing through the nose can actually help unblock it. So instead of just avoiding it and breathing through the mouth, try breathing through your nose if it's not too bad. Obviously, if it's very blocked, you'd have to use your mouth. it can help. And that slowing down, calming our breath can help as well. One last lovely breath. Feel like it's coming into your toes. It's going so far into your body, it's coming to your toes. And then you let it out. And we're going to go back onto our backs when you're ready. And this time, we've got some options. We're going to take our knees side to side, which again is a little bit more rotation for the spine. Try a few, see how you're feeling today. If you're feeling strong and mobile enough, we can take both legs up to tabletop position. The knees come in a little bit more than normal. So if we were working with 100, we could be directly above the hips. We come in a bit closer. And then we're going to take the knees to the sides. This is much heavier to twist you further potentially. You've got to be in control and back to center. So either single breath, out breath to go away, in breath to come back. Or this time we're going to do a double breath. So we breathe in the center, breathe out to go away, hold there and breathe in, and breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Turn your head the opposite way to your knees. Anchor your shoulder blade down. Breathe on your way back, whichever you're doing. I'm going palm downwards, anchoring the shoulder into the ground, the one I'm looking at. Take a breath in, breathe out, come back, palms upwards. Breath in, breathe out, rotate the hands, look at your rings, imaginary rings, whatever, and shoulder blade down. Take a breath in, breathe out, come back to center. Deep breath in, breathe out. So the upper line between shoulder to shoulder stays on the mat all the time. Same if you've got your feet down. Your upper shoulder line stays across the mat. It's not quite so hard on the muscles when your feet are down. But it also doesn't pull your spine as much. Okay, last couple of times. That's good. Everyone's keeping their knees in towards their body a little bit, which is great. Not dangling away from you and putting weight on your spine. Lovely. Okay, when you come back to center, let's take the feet down and then take the right foot back up and put the ankle across the thigh. All right, and then keep, so we've got the whole ankle right across, not just the foot. Keep the foot flexed, that just helps support the knee, and then lift it off the floor. Bring your hands through around that lower leg and pull in. And use your leg, not just your arms. So if it's a bit tight to lift, you can hold it here. You want your knee to go away from you and feel that stretch. Maybe even hold onto the heel and pull the whole leg towards you a little bit if you can. Or both legs up. See how it feels. So your knee is going away from you and your foot is coming towards you of this top leg. How's it feel? Is it good? Yeah, it's lovely. And release back down with the same leg on top. Take that foot towards the floor over the other side and look away and stretch there. You can move the lower leg further to the side as well if you want to and go into a deeper stretch. Maybe even putting your hand on your thigh. Just finding different areas of your back that might feel tight. So if your feet are further down on the mat, that might feel different. If they go higher up, it might feel different again. And release, let's come back to center. Now uncross the leg, change to the other side, ankle across the thigh. And lift up if you can, and pull in. Oh, that's so tight. Bring your hand around your thigh. Easing in. Use that lower leg if you can to pull in, or that's it, knee away from you, foot towards you. pull in a little bit more with the lower knee towards your head. Feel that? Yeah. And slowly back down, and then we rock over to the side, foot towards the floor, and maybe slide the lower foot out to that side as well. So it's that lower leg is pushing the foot further away. Oh yeah. Possibly even the hand on the thigh. Seeing how that feels through the mid-back. And let's release and come back to center. And try laying with one leg into the chest and one leg out, stretch. So we get this nice hip flexor release down the front there of the straight leg. Press that straight leg down into the floor. Really consciously lengthen that leg and press it away. Take it wider, both legs wider, a little bit wider, towards the corners of the mat. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? And relax, change legs. Straight lines to begin with, knee into chest, other leg straight down. Pull that thigh in, press the other leg. Let's consciously press it down and away, lengthening the foot away. Feel like the leg is pulling out of the socket. Unless that's not suitable for you. Or it doesn't feel right. There's always that little caveat in there that if it doesn't feel right for you or it's too much for you, you ignore me completely. Okay. But if it feels good and you know you can stretch a bit more, then we really lengthen into this. That's nice. Slowly, slowly release out of it. Come out of it, that's it, fantastic. Take a full body stretch if you want to, legs and arms. You can always keep one leg bent if you like. Take them out to the star shape. I didn't get you to go out to the corner, did I, on the last one? I'm sorry. You're out there now. Press both legs into the ground. Oh, stretch. And release, bend your knee. Come around onto your side and right round onto face down. We're going to go up into a cat stretch. Through round the back and tuck the tailbone under. And then lengthen out your spine and look up a little, not really high. And then round again, tuck the tailbone under. Push into the floor, chin tucks in. Then release, let the tailbone lift, let the head lift, only within your comfortable range. And then this time, go into your tuck under, but then circle your pelvis around, like you're drawing a circle on the wall behind you with your bottom. So circling around, let your upper body move so your head swings side to side. You can let your head come up and down as well, so you're really getting the circling to the whole body. And then we're going to think about reversing. Which way are you going? Let's go back the other way. It's always a lot harder. We'll have a favourite side. Close your eyes and just enjoy this. Everybody's doing their own thing. And breathing. Moving the whole spine. And then tuck your tailbone under, back into cat stretch. And release. And we're going to come up onto our toes and back up onto our feet. Ready to roll up, head last when you're ready. Breathe out, come up. All the way to the top. Well done, and reach up. And let it go. Good job. Now just take a little reassessment. How do you feel? Feeling good? I hope so. Also, if you did roll down at the beginning and you're comfortable to roll down, then you could see whether everything just feels looser. Is the floor, has it been raised?
Is it a little bit easier? Not that you have to touch your toes, it's not important to do that, but just the feeling that things might feel easier. And then again, finish with extension. So we'll come up and tighten the tummy, lift the breastbone, look up slightly, and then relax. Shake everything out. Give yourselves a massive, massive clap. Well done. High fives.